Hello, everyone. I was waiting to see the numbers and I didn't see, so I hope I'm actually live as we go through this. I just have a short story that I want to share with you today. Normally, I have these little stories I share with my TOPS friends, but I think in this time with what's going on, that this might be good for all of us to think about as we start our days each day, and sometimes have to think about our attitudes and maybe they need an adjustment. So this is a true story that I just want to share. A couple of weeks ago, when brushing my teeth in the morning, I noticed that my toothpaste tube was getting almost to the end. I have one of these little slider things that go on the end of your tube, and as it gets down a little bit, you feed the end of the tube through it, and then you pull, and it keeps pushing the paste all the way up toward the end until you just can't get any more out of it. So it was getting toward the end, and I thought, when I go shopping today, I should pick up a new tube of toothpaste so I have it ready to go in a couple of days when this one runs out. And so I did. I bought a new big tube ready to go, put it in my drawer alongside the other tube. So now let's fast forward a couple weeks. So this morning, I'm brushing my teeth, and I still am using that same tube of toothpaste. So the tube that I thought would only be good for a couple of more days actually lasted a couple of weeks. But this morning, it was getting to the point where I was squeezing so hard just to get that little blip out on my toothbrush to use it. And I thought, okay, now this really is almost done. But I put the lid back on and laid it down on the counter. I didn't throw it away yet. So as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm thinking and looking at that flattened tube laying on the counter. This is my visual effects. So there's the flat tube laying, and so this part's all flat. It's clear up to the end. And I thought, some mornings I feel like that tube. And I feel flat, like I have nothing left to give. And I feel like I'm actually that little bit of toothpaste that I'm pushing out of the tube. And if I have to do one more thing, answer one more question, one bit further, that I'm just not going to make it today. And so I thought, do I want to feel like that? Is that how I want to start my day, feeling flat and like I'm not going to be able to help anybody? And then I thought, oh, that might be something good to talk about, but not everybody can maybe identify with the flat tube. So some of us, and I did this before I had the little thing that flattened it out, as I used up my toothpaste, I would curl up the tube like this until it got clear to the end. And when it got to the end, I would squeeze the same way, as hard as I could, and push until absolutely no more paste would come out. I thought it was because I was being frugal and didn't want to throw anything away. But sometimes I think if what the things that we do are metaphors for how we move forward in our life. Some mornings, this is how I feel. Like I just want to curl up and crawl back under the sheets and go back to sleep, and that there is absolutely nothing left to give. So as I'm going through that and thinking about that, I thought I actually have an option. I can choose to feel that way, like that last drop of toothpaste, like I've been squeezed to the limit and I can't go any further, or I could make a choice. Do I want to feel flat, like the flat tube, or do I want to feel all puffed up like the new tube and ready to go, knowing that I was fresh with ideas? And this isn't just toothpaste. And sometimes we have to have a visual in order to put into perspective the direction that we're going. So you could think about, if maybe you don't use toothpaste in a tube, you use it in a sort of a squeeze bottle. The same is the same for that. When you get toward the end, you're squeezing to get everything out. Sometimes you're shaking like a ketchup bottle or a mustard bottle because you want to get every drop out that you can. We don't want to feel like that every day, and we especially don't want to feel like it when we get up in the mornings or when we go to bed at night. We want to refresh ourselves so that we can get a good night's sleep, and that last drop that was squeezed out during the day, let's not take that to bed with us. Let's think about the fresh tube that we're going to be when we wake up in the morning. So just know that each day as we go through this, you have a choice. You could choose to be the flat, used up tube and not be of service to yourself or to anyone else. Or you can choose to be the pumped up one and go about your business and do the best that you can for that day. So later today or tomorrow or whenever, and you think about, you have the toothpaste out, I want you to think about this little video and how does that apply to you. The other thing I noticed that when I first looked at the flat tube, and then I opened the drawer and saw the puffy tube, and then when I put the flat tube away, which I put it back in the drawer, because tomorrow morning I'm going to squeeze, just in case I can get one less drop out. But how much better it made me feel when I opened the drawer and saw this one laying there beside the flat one, knowing that I had an option. And so that's what it's all about, the choices and the options that we have as we move forward. So I hope the next time you look at the toothpaste, it makes you think about the attitude that you can have, and you'll have a better day. Thank you.